I'm pretty sure that I can safely say that we've all done it. Driven too fast, thinking I'm never going to get caught, not me. But I'll tell you, when it comes to using drugs or getting picked up for drunk driving, those are the kinds of things that I think most healthcare professionals have to think a little bit harder about, as well as many other professions. But I'm talking to my fellow colleagues in the healthcare industry, counselors, doctors, nurses, care providers, dentists, all of you who have a license that you could lose if you get picked up or caught doing some of these things. Now, we think alcohol, as long as you're not driving drunk, it's not a big deal. But I'll tell you what, this pandemic has caused us all to get stressed out. And I get it. I know what it's like. I've been sober 25 years. But you know what caused me to sober up? Another colleague who found out that I called a client off hours when I was drunk. Who would do that? Somebody who's drunk. Because we don't make good decisions when we're drunk. We don't make good decisions when we're high on drugs. That's just the way it is. I've been clean 45 years, but if you wrap it all, it doesn't matter. Alcohol, drugs, they get us in trouble. And when we're stressed out, that's part of the problem. We don't know how to deal with stress. We rationalize and justify. Man, I've had such a rough day. A cold beer would be great, or a glass of wine with dinner. But you know what? That glass of wine, that can of beer turns into another and another and another. And before long, you're missing work. You're going to work, maybe even under the influence. Maybe you're even drinking at work. Or maybe you're in so much pain because of all of that heavy lifting and you never get a break and you're just exhausted, so you're wore out. And so just that Vicodin that patient isn't taking, or one of those other medications just to take the edge off, it's really easy to justify, and it happens to more people than you can imagine. And many of you, I know, are stuck and you don't know how to get out because you can't go to somebody in your own community. I know I struggle with going to a counselor in my own community, but I'm going to a counselor in another community on Teledoc right now. Thank God for Teledoc. I'm a Teledoc counselor, so I'm a little partial to that service. But I'll tell you what, there are ways to get help. Yes, you can go out of town, but then you got to take off work, and who wants to take off work? So I've been racking my brains for years to come up with a solution. Why is the guy pounding now? I have a solution. I came up with an intensive 12-week course that I've been doing for, years now, because I've been in recovery for a long time. And I do a lot of journaling, and I wrote a book 2 years ago called Speak to Me God, I'm Listening. It's 365 daily meditations for those who want to hear God answer life's toughest questions. So that's really the foundation. I use the 12 steps. I use my personal experience, strength, and hope to share with people on how I got clean and sober. And I've got some other folks that have finally laid hold of this program to how do you get clean and sober, and we've put this course together that you can take completely anonymously. I don't care if you give me a fake email to get signed up, but we need to get you on board, and we need to get you into this course so you can have the support you need, get the tools that you obviously don't have right now or aren't employing to get past this tragedy that you are facing of being clean and not being clean and sober and putting yourself at risk. A dear friend of mine who's got 14 years sober now, she lost her license because she did something when she was drunk and ended up in jail, had no idea what she'd even done. And yes, went from a $50,000-$60,000 income to working part-time in a meat department. So it can be very devastating. I've got friends who are homeless. They've no longer can ever be nurses, can't be around children. It's tragic. So if you're someone that hasn't completely lost everything, or maybe you have already lost everything and you're so depressed about what am I going to do next, God has a plan for you. and he can get you out of where you are now and get you to a better place where you can be happy and free and you don't have to use alcohol and drugs to cope. So I hope that you will sign up. If this is resonating with you, please, or if you know somebody, again, I don't want anybody to see this and go, I'm not going to put anything down, but if you know somebody, or if this has helped you in some way, please put it in the comments. Let me know. Give me a like. That would be great. And if you want to hit the bell to follow me, you'll get my other videos that I put out, which are all pretty much related to recovery in some capacity, dealing with anxiety and stress and shame and whatever we're struggling with. But as a professional, I want to help others so you don't kiss away everything you've worked so hard at, and more than that, to not give those patients and clients the opportunity to feel the blessing that you are. So let's work together. Sign up below for a free strategy session, kind of evaluate where you're at and where you want to go and how I can help. My prayers are going to be with you, whoever you are. Already praying that you're watching this. So hey, that's why you are. God bless you.